So as I hope I've successfully conveyed with you this evening, music both communicates and evokes emotions. Now, if you ask people to report their peak musical experiences, people often cite that live music is where they've had their most intense experiences. So, in my research, I've examined emotions and motion as I described, and the emotions that I've looked at in concerts include connectedness, feeling moved or touched, and awe. Now, connectedness I think of as being a part of social bonding, that when you have increases in connectedness or closeness, this is representing social bonding. And feeling moved or touched, or på norsk, å være beveget eller rørt, is an emotion that's thought to arise from feeling sudden intensification of closeness. And it's also believed that it gives rise to more devotion to certain relationships. So examples of events that might evoke feeling moved are things like when you're silent or in a quiet forest and you feel yourself merge with nature, or when you first meet your newborn child and they snuggle safely into your chest, or when your true love first proposes marriage. Now, feeling moved can also be evoked by musical experiences, and I wanted to borrow from this book and read excerpts from this. This is by Professor Alan Fisk, who writes on kama mutta, which is the term that these researchers give to this emotion to encompass all aspects of it. And he describes at the very beginning two situations that evoke feeling moved in musical examples. So, you're listening to an extraordinary performance of Chopin's Nocturne. The musicians are inspired, the rapt audience is entirely absorbed. You feel rapturously enveloped, transported, and transformed into oneness, experiencing a fusion of yourself, the music, Chopin, the conductor, the performers, and the whole audience. Now, that example probably appealed to many of you, but maybe this next one will appeal to others in the audience. So at a rave, high on ecstasy, dancing with everyone else to the beat of the electronic dance music, you love everyone around you. You hug strangers, strangers give you back rubs, and everyone shares their drinks. So those are just some examples. And the other emotion I described was feeling awe. So på norsk, det er forundret. And awe is very related to feeling moved and touched, but it's most often brought on by experiences of grandeur or grandness, or finding something challenging to comprehend. And some examples might be when you learn that your brain has an estimated 100 trillion connections in it, or when you fathom that all of the particles in your body trace back to exploded stars. Or, I at least felt this when I was confronted with the beautiful view that is the sea-to-sky mountains in Lofoten in the north of Norway. So I measured connectedness, feeling moved, and awe at several concerts. And often in my research, I've used technological mediation to vary different aspects of the liveness. So thanks to COVID, live streamed concerts became very popular. So you're all at a live streamed concert now. Surprise, if you didn't know. I hope that's okay with you all. Hello, live streamed audience. It's really nice to be able to interact with you, both in the present, but also in the future, if you're watching this in the future, and we're in the past. Whoa. And I used technological mediation then to examine how does this affect these emotions. And I found that when you compare a live streamed concert to a pre-recorded concert, that people feel or experienced more connectedness at live streamed concerts than pre-recorded concerts, but there was no difference in feelings of being moved or touched, which was quite surprising. And then also when comparing a live concert to a live streamed concert, I found that the participants or audience members reported feeling more connected to the other audience members during a live concert than a live streamed concert. But these two audiences didn't report differences in the connectedness they felt to the performers. And so it seems to not affect it whether you're watching online at home versus here in person. And when examining the emotions of feeling awe and feeling touched, then also there was not really a difference attributable to this technological mediation, that the audiences reported similar levels, and it seems like that those emotions are being evoked by the pieces of music itself. In this next song, my goal is again to evoke emotion within you. And to do so, I use imagery of a narrator who's rather icy and merges with a fiery lover. And I hope that it either warms your heart or brings you chills.